Hey, Room 17, it's day 28, and Miss Long is back with another message. So, this message is going to be pretty quick, I think. I found two quick poems that I wanted to share with you that'll be really fun and really silly, and then a cartooning activity. So, I thought I'd let you know that I have been thinking a lot about fish. So, that might seem kind of random to you, but I happen to have had fish for dinner. And I know some people don't enjoy fish, but I do. It's one of my favorite foods. It's really nutritious and it has lots of omega-3s that are good for your heart. And the fish I had was salmon, by the way. So I really love salmon. But so then it got me thinking, sometimes my daily messages come out of things that happen to me during the day. I didn't know what I was going to do for my daily message until I had dinner. So I thought, you know what, let me see if I can find a way to make my daily message about fish, but make it sort of fun and interesting for our class. But I found some poems that I'm going to share with you, and then my cartooning activity will be about a fish. I'll show you how to draw one. So I found a couple poems in Shel Silverstein's book of poems, Where the Sidewalk Ends. And I think I bookmarked them. Yes, I did. Here's one. This one's super, super short. It's right over here. Fish. Notice the question mark. The little fish eats the tiny fish. The big fish eats the little fish. So only the big fish get fat. Do you know any folks like that? All right, and here's one more about fish over on the side. The silverfish. While fishing in the blue lagoon, I caught a lovely silverfish. And he spoke to me. "My boy," quoth he, "please set me free and I'll grant your wish. A kingdom of wisdom, a palace of gold, or all the goodies your fancies can hold." So I said, "Okay," and I threw him free. And he swam away and he laughed at me, whispering my foolish wish into a silent sea. Today I caught that fish again, that lovely silver prince of fishes, and once again he offered me if I would only set him free. Any one of a number of wonderful wishes. He was delicious. So I guess that fish never, in the end, didn't get away. All right, so cartooning, right? Cartooning a fish. So you're going to start with, on this piece of drawing paper, a large oval shape. It's going to be a kind of roundish fish. So I'm tracing it with my finger, my hand. Notice the size of my oval. It's not going to be a small oval, pretty large. Keeping in mind I'm going to have some fins, the dorsal fin on the back. So maybe like so. Pretty large oval. Kind of looks like an egg, doesn't it? By the way, I am using a charcoal pencil this time. Usually I use a marker to show you how to draw cartoons, but I thought I'd try that out. Okay, now I'm going to start by building the tail. So it's a largish tail, maybe from here to here. Notice I'm making kind of an arc or a curve. Right? And then just stick with that for a while. I'm going to hang on to that and move on to the dorsal fin up here. And the dorsal fin's kind of tall, but I'm going to start with some lines, sort of curvy. 4 lines. Here's 1, here's 2, 3, and then 4. And then you're going to join those lines at the top. And that this one touches the tail a little bit. Now I'm going to do the eyeballs and a kind of a large eye right over here. Now, because this is a charcoal pencil, I can erase this time. I couldn't do that with my marker. So I got rid of that line. It's still kind of there, but I can take care of that later. And then I'm having an overlapping eyeball behind that. Okay, now I can go ahead and add the dark parts of the eye. Just staring out. I think I'll work on the tail a little more. So kind of this shape that I'm making with the tail kind of reminds me of a banana. Now for the fins that are down here, and those are going to go sort of into the belly of the fish, off to the side, right? So one, kind of like one line here, then you're going to do another line here, and then make this kind of raggedy, jagged. Then you're going to do, you need a second fin behind that one. So just do this line here like a V or an L, right? Oh, don't forget, I'm going to make that jagged. And then I can take care of this line too. Let me get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Okay, don't forget the mouth. So I want this fish to be kind of a little goofy. So like a goofy smile. And I want to define the mouth a little more, not just like a simple line, but maybe make it look a little more defined. So I'm adding kind of a point to the mouth, and then I'm going to make it sort of come out here too. Kind of like maybe like a beak, but not quite. There. I can always erase just to clean it up. Okay, define this a little more, make that cleaner, and then maybe some dimples, and then don't forget the gill here. Fish have to breathe, right, in the water. Now I'm going to add some scales. So now I'm doing a little more detail work. So I'm kind of making these scalloped lines down the side, and then to make more scales, start at the bump here and then join it to the other bump. Just make one bump there, and these don't have to be exactly the same. I found that even if I made them slightly uneven, you still have that nice scaly effect. See, they're not all the same size, and that's okay. Okay, almost done. Okay. Now I'm pretty much done with the whole shape of the fish, but I'm going to add some shadow. Right, I want this fish to look a little more three-dimensional, so I'm going to do that. So I added some lines for the fin work here, but let me add some shadow here too. And then maybe under the belly. I'm going to add some lines to the fins. You don't have to, but I think I want it to make it look a little more interesting for me. And then a little more shadow under the tail. Now for the fins, these are going to look a little more defined too. So let me add some shadow here, shadow here. All right, so there is I can smudge it a little too if I want. All right, maybe a little more shadow under the fish's mouth or chin. There we go. Okay, now to add a little more personality to my fish, I'm going to add some bubbles coming up in the water, and then some motion lines because he's swimming and his tail is moving back and forth. Okay, so they're motionless, and then I'm going to make him think about something funny. How about, let's see, what would a fish like him want to eat? Maybe he's looking at his food too, who knows? Okay, so maybe there's a, because this is a cartoon, I can draw a little thought bubble. Here's the thought bubble, and look at what I'm going to have him think about, or what maybe he's seeing it or dreaming about it. So here's a little, like a long oblong shape. Okay. Little hot dog in a bun. That's what he's thinking about eating. Okay. So, getting a little smudgy here, that's all right. That is basically my little fish. Like an angel fish. All right. So there we go. I hope you have fun with this. And room 17, if you do any of these drawings and draw this fish, let me know by sending me a picture of what you've drawn. All right, have fun and have an awesome, awesome day.